All right, Anthony on Air podcast back for another episode, and we have a whole slew of topics for you on this show. NFTs, non-fungible tokens. I'm going to explain it.
What?
I'm going to tell you how crazy it's getting.
Fungible.
Well, easy. We don't want to get flagged by YouTube. Easy with the language there, Frank. CPAC and Hyatt and Trump and everything else in there. Talking Megyn Kelly, Cuomo Sausage, and the Golden Globes. It's all brought to you by our good pals over at Hero Soap Company. Link in the description below. Grab some Hero Soap. More on those guys in a second. So non-fungible tokens, my friend. Do you know what that is?
Well, let's see. To funge something, if you're fungible.
When was the last time you had a good funge, Frank? Huh?
It's been a while. I think Coney Island was the last time. They make a nice funge. What the hell is a funge?
Funge is very close to funge in Italian, which is like, I don't know, how would you describe funge? Like, we always say, like, you make like a funge face. Like, you go like,
Like a sphinge?
Like, yeah, like you squish your face, makes like a funge. I don't know.
No, I never heard of funge. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm Italian. I don't know what you're talking about.
Non-fungible token. So this is sort of this new thing that's kind of on the outskirts of cryptocurrency. This is the thing that I was wanting
Here we go.
to talk about for a long time. It's on the outskirts of cryptocurrency, and there's a lot of news being made in the NBA world because there's this NBA thing. I think it's called I forget what it's called. I'll find it.
It's another made-up word that nobody knows what the hell it's called.
Top Shot.
What is that?
All right. This is what they're doing. This is what a non-fungible token is. Say that, Frank. It's kind of fun to say.
Non-fungible token, as opposed to a fungible token.
Right.
Okay.
Some tokens, very fungible. Very fungible.
Only the best tokens.
These are non-fungible tokens.
Okay. What is a non-fungible token?
Non-fungible token is a special type of cryptographic token which represents something unique. Non-fungible tokens are thus not mutually interchangeable. This is in contrast to cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and many network or utility tokens that are fungible in nature. So a Bitcoin, right? Even though you can't physically hold one, you can physically represent it. Like, here's like this is a soap. Like, this is,
it always represents what it represents, and it can't change.
Right? Similar to money. Like a dollar is a dollar, even though,
like the worth can't change, or the worth can change, but what it represents changes.
It means that there's an actual thing there. Like it's
so
there.
Okay, so cryptocurrency that is non-fungible refers to actual currency that exists somewhere.
Not just a cryptocurrency is a fungible token, meaning
is fungible, meaning it doesn't have to exist in reality.
No, you're misinterpreting. Meaning that if I own a Bitcoin,
right,
I own that Bitcoin. It is unique. There are no other Bitcoin. I feel like
Full Metal Jacket.
There are many Bitcoins out there, but this one is mine.
This one is mine.
Whereas a non-fungible token, there could be multiples. So let me give you an example. If there's a LeBron James rookie card, like a physical rookie card, they make how many of those in a year?
I don't know. Let's say 1,000.
1,000? Yeah, okay. That is a non-fungible item, because even though you can say you have the LeBron James rookie card, there's 1,000 of them. Does that make sense?
Okay. But if only one of them existed, it's fungible?
Correct. So if they made one, so even though it is one photo, right? One design above it, right? There's multiple versions of it. That's a non-fungible token. So
it doesn't mean that all it means is that it's a one-of-a-kind thing.
But that there's multiple copies. Non-fungible
not one of a kind.
Is multiple copies. All right, let me give you an example.
One of a kind of thing, yeah.
Let me give you an example.
Okay.
So this NBA Top Shot company, this is what they do. They're selling basically virtual digital basketball cards in the form of highlights. So what they do is they come out and they go, LeBron James' most famous slam dunk. Let's say Michael Jordan's like running up through the air, right? Remember his big famous slam dunk.
Right.
We are going to release 75 of these, right? And we are going to sell them on the internet.
Okay.
Right? So the dunk, which you can see on TV and you can see on YouTube, there'll be an actual digital version of the dunk that you can purchase and you can own and hold, right? And that's what you're basically holding an NFT, a non-fungible token. I own the 33rd version of Michael Jordan's dunk.
Okay. So what would make it fungible?
If there was only one such item.
Okay.
Like a Bitcoin. I own this Bitcoin with this serial number. There are no other Bitcoins like this. This is the Bitcoin. This is it.
Why don't they just call it like unique and not unique? Fungible. It's not even a verb.
Because when we're making crazy shit up, you got to make it something that you don't understand right away.
Fungible. So
now you're probably thinking to yourself, well, who would want to buy a highlight, right, of something that multiple people could buy?
It can make it. Why can't that be copied a million times? And who cares? And why would anybody want it?
Why can't it? Well, it can be copied. You can look at it elsewhere, but the actual non-fungible token, the actual one that you buy, is unique. You do buy that one thing, even though there's 75 of them. You know which one you own. So you could have one of 75. You could have 10 of 75.
No, I get that, but in order for something for something to be valuable, it's got to be something that people are interested in, people want.
Yes.
Okay. So why would anybody want a clip of something they could see literally anywhere?
I don't know.
Okay. There we go. A little we're on the same page.
I don't know, but I will tell you this, that some of these clips are going for ridiculously insane amounts of money.
It's not like you're getting a license for this clip and you own the rights to it. You're just getting a clip.
Right, exactly. So it is legitimately think of it like a digital card, like a basketball card or a baseball card. That's literally what it is. You don't own the rights to print Michael Jordan stuff. You don't own, you don't own any of that, but you own the actual card. You just have it in physical form. Now you don't have it that you can hold it and grab it, but you have it in a digital version.
I get that, but baseball cards was something unique, came out one time. You can't make, it's not like you can go home and if you make another one, it's going to lose, you can't really copy a baseball card. It had value because it's unique.
You can, though. You can, because there was a ton of times where it would be, 1985 and they would come out with a 1936 Honus Wax. They would do a reproduction of the 1936
Honus reproduction, but it's not the same as the original.
Correct.
So this is like saying
there is still an original.
Here's an episode of Seinfeld. It's like owning a DVD of Seinfeld, where you can watch it anywhere, but you have a DVD copy.
Right.
So what the fuck? Why do I want that? I have it, but that's not worth anything.
Why do you want it? Excellent question.
Is there something special that comes with it? Like you get like a behind the scene thing, you get stats, you get all this stuff like you would get on a baseball card?
Let's take a look-see. The Top Shop website.
And how many did you buy? Is my next question.
Oh, how many did I buy?
Yeah.
I haven't bought one yet.
Okay. So I'm worried about it.
Yet. Yeah. Top Shop website, which started just a few months ago. 5 months after its launch, the platform says it has over 100,000 buyers and nearly $250 million in sales. Okay.
Suckers.
The majority of sales take place in the site's peer-to-peer marketplace, with the NBA getting a royalty on every single sale. The volume is rapidly rising. February has seen sales totaling $198 million, heading for a five-fold increase from their January sales, which was $44 million. Each collectible has a unique serial number with a guaranteed scarcity and protected ownership guaranteed by blockchain. The site says when you own number 23 of 49 of a LeBron James dunk, you're the only person in the world who does. The biggest transaction to date took place on February 22nd when a user paid $208,000 for a LeBron James slam dunk.
All right.
208. Why would I want one? Because somebody just sold one for $208,000.
All right. This is a Frankie C. Buck. It's number 21. It's a little backwards on the thing, but it's forward in real life. I'll sell this for $100. This is the only one. Number 21. No one else is going to have number 21.
Office fans right now in their heads are going, this is a Schrute buck. That's what they're saying.
I don't remember that, but yes. This is a Frankie C. dollar.
What
you want it? Say? $100 guaranteed. You get number 21 and it's yours. That's basically how I see this.
Well, it's interesting because that was the NBA example. So Top Shot is the company that is producing these things. And you're saying to yourself, why would anybody want this? This is incredibly stupid. But why would anybody want a LeBron James basketball card? It's kind of stupid and childish until you turn around and start selling the thing for $1 million. And then all of a sudden you create a whole market where people are running around the country trying to find old, rare cards.
But what you're selling isn't rare. You're selling a clip of something that can be seen literally anywhere.
Okay, but I can see a picture, or I could turn on the news and see a picture of that card. Yes. I can go online and see a picture of the card. You can still see the card everywhere. You're getting caught up on what it actually is, but it's really, it's creating a market.
But a lot of the value that comes from like a baseball card is what shape it's in. Is it because there's like a Mickey Mantle rookie card? How many of those in perfect shape are there?
Right, yeah.
And this is going to guaranteed to be in perfect shape forever. So
you're basically saying it's better than the old baseball cards. I get it.
No, it's worse because the others aren't going to depreciate in value. They're all going to be the same value. Number 23 is going to be the same value as number 92 because it's the exact same thing. If I have baseball card number 23 and baseball card number 92, baseball card number 92 might have dog shit on it, but this number 23 is going to be worth way more because I got an autograph on it or something.
Let's go into the art world.
Okay.
A Miami-based art collector named Pablo Rodriguez. He spent $67,000 on a 10-second video artwork that was available to watch online for free. Last week, he sold the exact 10-second clip for $6.6 million.
Come on. So this is a flower that I just drew. Again, it's the only one around. You're not going to see a duplicate of this. $25. It's yours.
Let us know in the comments below if you want the Frankie C $25 flower.
So I guess there's a market for almost anything out there.
There's a market for almost anything, and this is the next thing. And they're using blockchain technology. We talked about cryptocurrencies and blockchain. People in the comments, by the way, were like, "Can you keep talking about blockchain? Because I don't get it." And I'm like, we're seeing another skew of this. Probably
it's a certificate of authenticity. Is basically what it is.
That's basically what the blockchain does in this particular instance. It makes sure that piece is authenticated. Absolutely.
But I feel like there's something different with a physical object and a virtual object in terms of the value, because when it's a physical object, there's nostalgia. There's, it's been lived. It has experience, whatever it is, whatever the thing is. Mm-hmm. It's been around for 100 years in the world.
Mm-hmm.
If I have a file, like, it's almost like I get a song and it's on my, iTunes or whatever the hell. it's just a song. It's a copy of a song. It's
Yeah.
99 cents.
Yep.
I mean, what the hell?
Well, I would assume that music is going to start doing this too, because you can stream a song anywhere, but imagine buying one of 50 Beatles original NFT albums.
Original.
Because I'm saying,
it's not original though.
Yeah, but at some point the Beatles, at
first
some
time
point
it's been uploaded to whatever the hell this thing is.
At some point, Paul's going to wake up and say, "Hold on a second. Wait, actually, Beatles is a bad example. At some point, Gene Simmons is going to wake up and go, "Hold on a second. You're telling me there's a place where I can make a couple more bucks off of the same old shit I've been peddling since '77?"
I mean, it's just another medium for the thing. I guess it's like, all right, the first time it's on an album, the first time it's on a CD.
I agree, but what's crazier? What is crazier? Box sets and limited edition prints with that are autographed. Like, it's the same thing. The only difference is this is digital and there's no physicality to it at all.
I get that, but
it's no more ridiculous and stupid than some of the old, like collecting baseball cards feels normal to us because it's just been around for so long.
Yeah, and then but baseball cards, you could display them. You could, I
can display this.
How?
You could put it online. You could share it on social media.
So I could do the same thing off of YouTube.
Yeah, but you won't actually have it.
I could download it,
but you won't actually have the actual physical thing that's worth money. It's like if you got fake paper money.
I know, but they're only saying it's only worth money because of the blockchain. The group of people are saying it's worth money.
No, it's worth money. It's worth money because somebody's willing to pay for it.
Which I don't get.
I mean, literally out of nothing, somebody, and I don't know who, created this thing, and all of a sudden you got a group of people that are like, I'll buy that. I'll pay for that.
Yeah, probably Scott Funge made this whole thing up. Mr. Funge, you have been promoted.
And here's the crazy part. I mean, we're obviously talking about it because it's talk worthy. It's newsworthy. You pay $67,000 for something and then you flip it for $6.6 million. I don't care what it is. That's a story. You know what I mean? And as more of our type of shows, the news, social media, whatever, starts spreading this stuff around, you create an even more insane market. I just said it 5 times.
Can we sell this show? Copies of this show? Like if someone wanted to buy this episode, we're only making 100 copies that you can own.
That might be the best thing that you have ever said to me. This might be the smartest thing that has ever come out of your mouth.
That's sad. Can we do that? I mean, it's available everywhere. You can hear it everywhere. But if you want to own a non-fungible token.
Yeah. If you want to actually own this episode, you could buy it.
Your copy. It'll be yours. No funges involved.
Mm-hmm.
Funge free. It's not funge worthy.
I mean, think about do you know Mitch Hedberg, the comedian Mitch Hedberg?
Sure.
He died, I don't even know how many years ago. His stuff is on fire around the internet. Could you imagine if you could actually buy and own the copy?
Yeah.
Now,
so how do we funge the show?
How do we funge this up?
Yeah.
Give it time. We'll do it. We usually do.
We'll funge it?
Yeah. Now, here's what's crazy, though. What upsets me about this is, like, for instance, the NBA. I feel like if you, and maybe we'll get there one day, I feel like if you buy this, you don't own the rights to license it.
Right. Can I play it and, like, you know how you're not supposed to broadcast stuff without written consent and all that crap?
Mm-hmm.
Can I now do that with whatever I buy as a non-fungible whatever the hell?
See, in the NBA's case, they own the rights still. It still belongs to them. You can't license it out.
So what the hell are you going to do with it?
And they can show it. They can show their own. So it's not like when they go and put the highlight on ESPN that somebody's got to kick back 10 cents to you. It doesn't work like that.
I mean, it all exists on your computer. Like, where do you keep it?
Yeah,
you buy something for millions of dollars. It's vulnerable. No, it's not like it's in your safe in your house. It's on your computer, probably.
It's on your computer. I'm sure you would back
You
it up.
gotta back it up. I mean, is it back upable?
I would believe so. And also, like with the
Because you can't make a
blockchain,
copy of it.
no, that's true. But with the blockchain, it would verify that it's yours. So, like even
Oh,
if
like if
you
someone stole it, it's not
right,
in their name. It's your.
right. That's why the blockchain is better than regular money.
All right, I'm
Somebody.
in. Let's funge it up. Let's funge up some stuff.
So that's what NFTs are, and these are the insane stories that are coming out of it. It was a lot of NBA talk because they were, obviously guys are talking about this, and it's basketball and it's sports and whatever. But this is, I mean, legitimately the first time, like the art world. Could you imagine 67,000 to $6.6 million?
Anything that brings more attention to the art world, I am for, because I for a long time I draw, I paint, that.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always been stumped on how to turn whatever I do into anything where I've done murals for people, and I've tried to turn my art into some kind of lucrative thing, and I never just followed through with it. So anytime any kind of money is thrown into the art community, I love it.
You should start funging your art.
I think my art could be funge-worthy.
Yeah, it might be funge-worthy.
I
Tell
think
me
it's
again why
funge-worthy.
you
I think
think
this
your
show is funge-worthy.
Tell me again why you think your art is funge-worthy.
Run down your case for me again.
And the sideburns? Yeah, I told you. I'm gonna
do something about that. I think that was no, it was. I thought maybe that was Bob Odenkirk, but he was in one of those episodes.
Yeah, no, classic Seinfeld callback. Yeah, so that's basically it. Christie's has launched the first ever sale of digital art, a collage of 5,000 pictures, also by Beeple. That's the guy whose art got sold for $6.6 million.
People?
Which Beeple, Beeple.
That's people.
Bids for the work have hit $3 million already, and the sale is due to close
Lord.
March 11th.
I wonder if it's vector based, or if it's like just this big and you can't put it on anything.
I don't know.
You can only look at it this big.
But this makes me feel this to me makes me feel like Hesh trucks. You know the Hesh trucks?
Sure, I got a bunch of those.
I got a ton of them too. My parents bought for me, my grandparents, then my parents. I got kids now. We're buying it for them.
100 years from now, the first 20 will be worth something.
And that's exactly what it is. That was my point. Is that somebody sold the 1975 one, for a ton of money, and then everybody's grandmother went out and started buying it for them. And then it just became this family thing because now we do it for our kids now, knowing full well these things aren't worth nothing.
Oh no, they play with them.
They play with them. Exactly. And it's just garbage, but that's what happens. These bubbles burst and then you're just left with just why am I doing this? Why did I buy this stupid thing?
Yeah, but this is a big bubble. This is millions and millions. Yeah.
Right now it's a super hot bubble. This is like getting in on Bitcoin when it was like 50 cents and now it's $50,000 a coin.
But now, is this something that should have been gotten into weeks ago and now the bubble is bursting because it's so popular?
So it's a great question because like we went from we fivefold increased from January to February. It's just think about. I want everybody in the comments, wherever you're listening from, tweet us, Instagram. Is this the first time you've heard about NFTs, or is this the second or third time? It's Frank's first time.
Yep.
All right. I've told 5 or 6 people about NFTs, and they've never heard of it. Sorry, just trying to line up investors at first.
What the hell, man?
You're not my go-to money man. Sorry, buddy.
Why not? I have coat racks. You
No,
think that was cheap, that coat rack?
No, it probably wasn't. But my point is there's 300 million people in the United States of America. The amount of people that know about this right now is probably minuscule. I mean, I would guess.
Now, thanks to this show,
I would guess
dozen.
now is still a good time to get in. But what do you get in on?
I don't know. The art world seems good, but is it digital art or is it like I paint something and then upload it to whatever the hell this thing is?
I don't know how you would be a provider. Yeah, as far as content provide, I don't know.
Yeah, who's providing this content?
Well, the NBA artists. I don't know. I don't know what it's like.
All right.
I don't know that much about it. I just know that people are making a ton of money on it.
Token.
Non-fungible token.
Casus Belli.
This token is non-fungible.
I don't know, man, but I'm in. Let's just more crap that'll get people nuts and make money, lose money. It's just another freaking thing that everybody's gonna go nuts about, and it'll lose steam. And it's the stock market all over again. It's everything. It's just same shit.
Yeah.
You just got to be one of the few that get in on the ground floor and make some money off of it, and then once it dives, you're out.
That's exactly it. My only thing is, if you heard about it on this show just now,
you're probably too late.
And you made money off of it. Let's kick something back for your old pal Anne Frank. Let's do a little something. I'm not saying
buy some Hero soap with that money.
Yeah, there you go. Buy some Hero soap or throw us a couple $100 as a tip. Be classy about it.
I wasn't being selfish. I was just saying buy some Hero soap.
No, I want a $500 check. If you make 10 grand off of this, I want a $500 check. I'm telling you that right now.
You think there's non-fungible whatever the hell's that are like $5?
Yeah.
There's all kinds of things.
At this point, as we speak, there are people that are trying to make money off of this. Forget the ones that are trying, because you got the people that are buying, and then you got the people like you kind of what you were just saying. It's like, how do I create something that somebody will buy? There's thousands of them right now that are probably doing
right. But the only ones that are worth anything are the ones that are blockchained, right? I mean, if I make something, I'd have to get it blockchain somehow.
You'd have to put put that digital UPC or certificate of authenticity, for lack of a better term, on it.
So now who does that? I can't do that. The people who run whatever the hell thing this is, nonfungible.com or whatever.
You got to call some. Right? I'll tell you, where the business is in all of this? The people who run blockchains. The people who write code,
verify all this stuff.
They're the ones that are, forget Bitcoin.
They're just raking it in, baby.
Exactly. I forget what they call that, but when you invest in the business that other businesses are built on top of, that's
they all need you.
Yep. Exactly.
Sons of bees.
Exactly. So if you're into the non-fungible tokens, please let us know. Comments, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
If we misunderstood something or we don't know what we're talking about, fill us in. If you bought something non-fungible, we would love to hear about it.
Yeah, we'd love to hear about your experience. Yeah, we'll have you on the show.
Funge us up at anthonyonairfunge.com.
I wanted to do a special episode on this, but it just, like, these stories continue to break, and I didn't want to ignore them anymore without talking about it. Because I do like being the first to tell people about something.
Sure.
But I was going to line up a funge expert. I'm sure we could still find one if you want. If you're curious about it, throw them on the end of the show one day.
I'm in. What the hell?
Yeah.
We very rarely have experts on this show.
That's true.
So bring them on.
J Sabs is our only expert, and she's only an expert in causing sexual harassment meetings.
I mean, you got to be an expert in something. That's one more than we are.
Let's not take it away from her. Let's talk about CPAC and the Hyatt as we move along here. Cancel culture, Frankie C.
What?
People are trying to cancel the Hyatt in Orlando, Florida, the Hyatt Regency, because they hosted CPAC. Now, on the last episode,
it's not about cancel culture. This is wrong. It's miscategorized.
Hang on.
Go
on
ahead.
The last episode, you and we're gonna get into this with Megyn Kelly too. On the last episode, you said to me, I said the left sometimes takes things too far and they get too crazy and out of control. And you were like,
which is why I'm not 100%. I'm not crazy. These extreme left.
Right.
Like this doesn't, but it's not cancel. It's I'm not frequenting that place anymore.
I know, but when
cancel, the people are still going to go there. Conservatives will go there. They'll have business. No one's canceling them. Cancel is just another way of saying to hold accountable. That's all. If they still make money, they still make money. It doesn't mean they're canceled.
Yeah, but in this particular case, CPAC they hold this and the CPAC stands for Conservative Political Action Conference. Okay.
Yeah.
They have one every year or so.
Right.
And Hyatt Regency agrees to do it. Okay.
They couldn't have it at another lawn care place? They were all booked up. Is that what we're saying? Just ask him.
Four Seasons lawn care. Yeah, I think they were taken.
Morons. Sorry, go ahead.
We should look into Hyatt Regency lawn care and see if they're available. That
I'm sure there's one out there. Hope they don't get canceled.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, so they started trending over the weekend because the conference was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They started trending, and I go look it up, and every next comment is like one insane thing after a next, and then people were canceling their reservations there. And
that's their right. They could do that.
They're posting that. I agree. They can do it. My point is that it gets so out of control. So it's not
just because a few people say cancel doesn't mean it's going to be canceled. It's someone says it, and then other people might go along with it and say, all right, I'm not going there anymore. But the majority of the time, the stuff does not get canceled.
Maybe you're right. I'm just saying when it gets out of control and then it starts trending on Twitter, and then people legitimately start encouraging other people to do it, it's canceled. That's what cancel culture is. And in this particular case, like, this bothers me to no end, because there's say what you will about President Trump, okay, but there's nothing wrong with conservative people. They're okay. That's people.
Fine. Yeah, which is fine. But
more important than that, wait, can I make another point?
Go ahead.
We're coming off of maybe the roughest year economically for a lot of businesses.
Sure.
Okay. And here's a hotel that I'm sure could revel in the fact that people are going to be frequenting their establishment. And
I guarantee you, in 3 weeks, people are going to forget Hyatt hosted this thing, and nobody's going to care anymore.
You're probably right. But you got to acknowledge that there's something wrong with the fact that normal, average people with like-minded ideas are getting together. They shouldn't be subject. I'm not talking about, the KKK. Like, I feel like the Hyatt got the KKK treatment because of the whole conservative thing, which is crazy.
They're only getting it from a few people who are yelling cancel. Not everybody's yelling cancel. Nobody cares if a Hyatt hosts a thing. They're doing what they do. They're running their business. But it's up to the person, to the individual, to say, I'm either going to go to a Hyatt or I'm not going to go to a Hyatt. I don't care. Or I do care.
It's just just
because someone yells cancel doesn't mean you have to cancel.
But it's not someone. I mean, you're talking about tens of thousands.
So people agree.
Of people
Those that people
are
agree.
Like out for blood because a hotel chain wants to like host a conference. Like, that's insane behavior. That's insane behavior. Yeah. This is the kind of behavior that when the KKK used to show up somewhere, people reacted this way, and that's an appropriate response. And now it's a conference that happens every single year, and people are responding the same exact way. That's utter insane behavior to have happen to a hotel chain. But by the way, and before you hit me with it's the Hyatt, like, they're going to be just fine. Yeah, but
I didn't hit you with that.
Corporately, I'm sure people are thinking that. Corporately, I'm sure they're going to be fine. But, Jim, the hotel director, and Sally, the marketing person down there, like, they were affected by this past year. I'm sure that they were ecstatic the day it came down, that they landed the CPAC conference and they could have people there, patronizing their establishment. I mean, that's amazing. Plus all the other mom and pop pizza places and restaurants and whatever that were sending food over and catering and, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
like,
it's the people. It's all right. Would you say there's over 300 million people in America?
Yeah.
If 20,000 people are saying cancel the Hyatt, they're going to be fine.
I understand they're going to be fine.
I know what you're saying, but it's their right to say. It's like, it's not cancel, it's boycott. right?
Yeah.
Same thing. So they want to boycott because they hosted a organization that doesn't
But this
line
is
up with
this
their
is
views.
coming from the same group of people that want to have all this inclusivity and everybody's the same and we're all equal unless you vote against me, in which case rotten hell, and I hope that your
I get it,
establishment goes
but
out of business.
I don't think they see it as the.
I get it. Like you can hate on President Trump all you want. That's fine with me. You know, I understand that, but you can't, like, again, it's not enough to just be against him. You got to take down the hotel chain that sponsors the event that has no control, by the way, over who gets invited to speak. Like, it's crazy.
Well, I'm guessing their goal is that no reputable place will host it, and it will damage the CPAC, in the future. That's probably just like when you boycott something, they just want it
I know that,
to. So then that's their goal. I mean, if they're strong, if CPAC is strong and Hyatt's strong, they'll be, they'll move on from this. They'll maybe take a hit, maybe not, and it'll be fine. They'll move past it.
they are. They're going to move on from it. They're going to be just fine. It's
Just because someone calls out something for whatever reason doesn't mean it's canceled. Everybody all of a sudden goes up, cancel culture. No, they're just saying I disagree with something. Once you disagree with something, doesn't mean you're looking to cancel it. It means, I disagree with it.
Again, here let's bring in Jay Sabs, who I tend to disagree with on a lot of things.
Okay, so you got Jay Sabs in the middle of the conversation.
Yes.
What are we canceling again?
Everything. If you don't like it, cancel it.
You're talking
How do you feel
about
what?
people going after the Hyatt in Florida because they hosted the CPAC, the thing. And I'm making the point that people, it's insane.
That
All
is
right,
usually how everybody feels about it. So we're going to move on, and nobody's going to care in a week or two.
we'll move on.
You don't feel that way, Frank, or you do?
What?
You hate cancel culture, or you agree with it?
Depends on what it is.
Okay.
I don't think it should be. It's
But,
not.
okay, let me ask you a question.
Culture. It's not cancel. Everybody labels it cancel culture immediately. As soon as someone disagrees with something and they call it out, they go, "Oh, cancel culture." Like, no, I'm just pointing something out.
And they're
But no,
usually canceled.
Here's the broad stroke of it's canceled. Here comes
That's what she
cancel
said.
culture.
Yeah, but you know what? I'll say, all right, so let me give you an example. I was telling somebody I know about the PDQ thing, and I was like, yeah, we went there because we went to Chick-fil-A, and they go, you went to that racist hellhole? And I went,
Oh my God.
yeah, I don't know if that's. I was like, I know there was like a whole
That's
thing,
so
but
2014.
people feel that way, and so it's the same thing that's going to happen with this brand. People are going to be like, they hosted the whole thing.
How's
and
Chick-fil-A doing, by the way?
What do you
Just
mean?
fine, I'm sure.
I think they're doing all right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's not cancel culture as much as there are certain people who choose not to frequent an establishment.
I know, but you're saying just because
been going on for 100
just
years.
because these people aren't going to succeed doesn't mean what they're doing is wrong.
No, but all it means is that people are just telling other people, I'm not going to this place because I disagree with it. And that's been happening for hundreds of years. It's called boycotting. It's
I understand. I understand that, but you have to. Here's my point.
Go ahead.
The gauge in which we measure these things,
Everybody has their own.
it's way out of whack. It's Frank.
Everybody has their own.
It's way out of whack.
Someone
How many times
goes on social media and says cancel this. It's up to you to go why.
Yeah, but how many times where, like, back in the day, somebody would do a show, right? Or somebody would say something and it would be really offensive or really horrible. And people would be like, oh, they should lose their job. And then it would game steam, blah, blah, blah. Do you know how many times in the comment section people go, you should be fired, or you shouldn't say this, or you should this? It's like every 3 episodes we have somebody like bitching us out for something else.
And what happens? We ignore it. It goes away. And we don't care.
No, but I think what he's trying to say is, like, people immediately jump to just go, okay, cancel them.
It's out of control.
That's not what happens usually. Sometimes it does.
Yes.
Sometimes it does. But it all depends on the company, the backlash they're getting. It's a lot of things involved. You can't. If I went online and said I'm going to boycott I don't know, Snapple because of blah blah blah. Nobody can listen to me, or everybody can listen to me. It's just me. It's just because social media exists now. It's just people can have more access to what my opinion is.
Yeah.
That's the only difference between now and 100 years ago when people boycotted stuff for whatever reason.
It's just weird. So let's move this because it's almost the same topic, and we're going to talk Cuomo Sausage in a little bit. So glad that Janine popped on for that. And also, we're going to find out who won the Golden Globes bet that we never made, but we'll just see who
results right here, by the way.
Who actually picked the most winners during the Golden Globes. I'm watching Bill Maher on Friday night. I'm gonna guess you guys missed that one.
I'm liberal.
I don't watch him. I'm not a fan.
You don't?
You're not a fan of Bill Maher?
No.
I am very surprised at that.
I am surprised at that because he's a liberal.
Because this is
So
he's a Democrat.
I have my own opinion. I don't have to follow every liberal on the planet.
He's very funny.
I don't like Bill Maher. I don't. He has the corniest material. I don't think he's very funny.
Oh, I think he's funny. I think he's got some funny stuff.
He sells jokes that are so old.
Cancel him. Cancel him. It's the easiest.
Yeah. See, if I went online and said cancel him, 3 people would go sure, and the rest of the world would go no, never, and then it'd be over.
All right, so Bill Maher
was something legitimate.
Bill Maher. By the way, I agree with you on the corny thing. Like some of his stuff, some of the new rules, like I'm like, But anyway,
he says a line that the audience applauds, and then it's like, oh wow, what a genius, and it's like he comes. The lines are not that good.
I think he's an interesting guy. I think he does an interesting show. Anyway, so he's traditionally a Democrat, very very liberal guy.
Is he?
Yeah. So he's got.
I know.
He's got Megyn Kelly on, and I had a rare 20 minutes where I actually got to own my own television in my house with my 5-year-old and my 3-year-old. I don't know what they were off doing, but I was like, I'm going to sit and watch TV on the middle of a, Sunday afternoon. So I'm watching, and I like it when he has conservatives on because I feel like it's a good, honest conversation. Like here you got a traditionally liberal guy, they got a conservative guy.
He usually mixes it up.
It's great. I think he does a really nice job most of the time. He has Megyn Kelly on. Megyn Kelly pulled her kids out of their New York City school.
Okay.
And she starts explaining the reasons why. And Frank, we had this conversation about left culture going too far on Friday. So when Bill Maher's show was actually airing, we were having this exact conversation.
Okay.
And Bill Maher says something that I said and definitely felt, I don't know if I said it this exact way, which is,
let me hear this.
I can't believe it's weird, but in the last 6 months to a year, I find myself defending conservative people more. Like I find myself on a certain side of an issue, like Potato Head and all these other things, and I go, I can't believe I'm on this side. That's how out of control liberal people have gotten on some of these things. Like for the most part, I would be like, yeah, okay, I get it. Screw those people. You don't like them, and you want to boycott their product. Go ahead. But it's gotten so out of control that I find myself on the other side of it. And I'm watching Bill Maher with Megyn Kelly, and he literally says those exact words. He's like, I can't believe I'm on this side of this issue. But this is what she was saying. She said that she goes, the schools are very, very left. And she's like, I don't even care. She's like, I'm a conservative right, kind of middle right conservative, whatever lane she said she was in. And she expects the schools to be a certain, whatever. But she said that it's gotten completely out of control. She said that they did a 3-week experimental trans education program. And she said this was in her son's 3rd grade class. And she said something that really kind of was like, it hit me. She said it wasn't about support, which is, again, what we were talking about the other day with Potato Head, where it's like you want to support those people that want to transition, right? She says it wasn't about support. She said it felt more like they were trying to convince the kids.
Yeah.
That trans.
I've heard that before.
And not having
that trans what?
That transitioning was natural, like not natural, but like they were almost like they were trying to convince the kids, like, hey, trans, like you talk about it so much, they're in the third grade. Like, what are they going to start thinking? So then, wait, listen to this. She says that they developed this like system where the boys in the school could raise their hand. You would raise your hand, you would put one finger up, or you put two fingers up to say how confused you were when they were discussing whatever they were discussing. This is in the third grade.
All right,
Wait,
third grade,
they were
you're what?
talking
How
about
old?
a trans program in third grade.
They were doing this experimental trans education thing.
They weren't talking about. Well, I don't know what they were talking about. I don't know if they were talking about
basically her
literal
point was
procedures or anything.
it wasn't that if a kid was feeling a certain way, they could go and speak to somebody or whatever, and there would be this welcoming environment or this, education amongst the kids about, this is what kind of happens, and this and that. It was more like, hey, everybody, trans is this and that, and they were kind of explaining it in a way where it was almost like they felt like they were trying to convince them.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Instead of
Convince them what?
Instead of like welcoming them or being supportive if something like that were to arise. Because I don't know if
what do you mean by convince them?
Convincing them meaning like here's what trans is all about, and this is how it works, and this is what it is. So if you're thinking this way, then, maybe you're trans. If you're thinking this, then maybe you're trans. If you're thinking this, maybe and you got a third grader going, I don't know. And they're all raising their hands doing the I'm confused finger thing, and it's like, maybe that's a bit much for a third grader.
You think?
I don't know what the right
now for a third grader,
but
for a third grader that pops up and goes, Mrs. Whatever, Mr. Whatever, I'm feeling these things or whatever. That's what, bam, you should be in there, support. Okay, that's normal. It's okay, natural.
Right, but the kid's not going to know that he or she could bring up that feeling. Unless
yeah,
it's
but that's
normalized.
kind of weird. I think that's kind of weird to just like talk about it in a big group for third grade.
Here's another example.
How old are third graders?
Third grade, I don't know. What are you, third grade? 6?
10?
8.
6? 9? I don't know.
Less
8.
of a controversial topic, still a controversial topic. She says that her kindergartner, the teacher came in and showed them the Cleveland Indians mascot and organized a class where all the kids were asked to write a letter of protest against the Cleveland Indians to change their mascot and their name. Now, I am okay with wanting to change the Cleveland Indians mascot. Like, I feel like whatever, great. If that's where the world puts their line, fine. This is kindergarten?
Yeah, they shouldn't be involved in that kind of decision at that age. Kindergarten, what are they, 4 years old, 5 years old? That's
5.
They shouldn't be thrown into politics or anything like that. They should be educated on everybody's equal. It should be kept very simple. Not, hey, here's a topic for you that mommy and daddy are talking about. Like it should be, Elmo is the same as Cookie Monster. It shouldn't be.
Whoa, Frank! Now you're going a little too far.
Hey, we're all Muppets.
So then Bill Maher reads from this blog that's been published and has been read in schools. And he says, and I quote, "My kids are not ready to be told they're white supremacists." In this blog from Education Post, he read part of it, and part of the blog said, quote, "There's a killer cop sitting in every school where white children learn."
God, no.
Dude.
No.
Where
Kelly,
did this come from? And that's being read where?
In schools. It's from this blog.
All schools.
Called not all schools, but people were passing this around.
Or is this like one school where someone was like, let's bring this in and show it to people? Or was this is this part of the education system?
It's part of what some teachers are saying in
See,
there.
but you can't generalize. If it's one or two teachers, then there's they need to be talked to or something. But if it's every school in an entire state, then maybe there's a problem.
But maybe there's a problem a little bit in the atmosphere that is allowing
Probably.
these teachers. It's like the same thing where it's like you let these kid touching, teachers, if that atmosphere is there, it's just going to continue to permeate.
Yeah, it could be one or two rogue teachers that they're not being watched 24 hours when they're teaching the kids. Maybe they brought it in. Who the hell knows what they're teaching? I don't know the lesson plan. I don't know what the school curriculum is.
So then they showed this chart that was actually in a school. Hang on.
Oh, God.
This was in one school.
And
it's not like it's the lesson plan for the country, is what I'm saying.
It's not the lesson plan for the country, but
right.
This was in a school.
Okay.
It was the 8 white identities.
Oh my God! No.
And it basically
gave
you a range.
Can't see what they say, but we see the chart, but can't make out.
All right, there's the chart. It goes from white abolitionist, white traitor, white critical, white confessional to white benefit, privilege, voyeurism, and then eventually white supremacist.
Ooh, I wonder which one I am. Do you have to take a quiz?
I mean, this is the crazy, and there was at that moment when Bill Maher was like, he's like, let me read you the exact thing.
And who was this being shown to?
Bill Maher said, again, I'm with you. Of course, we should acknowledge that there is racism in this country and we have a horrible, sorry history. We don't have an exactly horrible, sorry present, certainly as much as it was in the past. That doesn't mean there's not lots of work to do and we should do it. But don't gaslight me. I feel like this is beyond race. I feel like it's a generational thing where so many people want their identity wrapped up in being a victim.
He's right. It's
I don't know, man.
Enough is enough.
I mean, the chart's probably a bad idea. I mean, I don't know who they're showing
You think?
this to.
The chart's probably a bad idea.
It's a bad idea, but I don't know if they're
is?
showing it to little kids or they're showing it to high school. Anybody, really.
Either way.
It should be shown to anybody.
If you want to discuss race, you discuss race and say, hey, there are people out there called white supremacists. They're assholes.
Here's my point. Here's my point with all this.
That's how you teach that.
The intention, I feel like the intentions of a lot of these people start out to be really good. And somewhere along the line, the wheels just kind of fall off, but the wagon keeps going. And then you start to land on this crazy shit.
That's why there are curriculums and there's a whole board of education that decides this is what you teach people. You stop bringing in your own stuff.
I agree.
You get stuff like that.
I agree.
I mean, people do it, but I mean, this is ridiculous.
I mean, you can bring in your own methods,
come on.
But you have to teach what's in the curriculum. You can't go in your own, bring in your own beliefs.
What kind of white am I? I want the quiz. That's it.
You're
blonde. I feel like we're in this bizarre kind of thing where I would be like, yeah, this isn't right, and we have to make things right, and we want everybody to be inclusive and welcoming, and it's like when you say things that make a lot of sense, and then somebody just shouts the craziest thing behind you, and you're like, oh, I'm not with I'm
not with them.
Yeah, when it comes to like sexual identity, if they're not at the age where they're learning about sex, then sexual identity has to go along with that, right?
One would think.
I mean,
if you're learning about sex, sexual identity is probably in that field.
Right, but who made the decision that this should let's experiment and talk and do an education thing on this for third graders?
Sorry.
Yeah.
High school, maybe. Not.
High school, probably, definitely. I would say. Once you're a teenager and you're going through changes and stuff, I would say you're trying to learn all this stuff. But
turn and face the pain.
That's something that should be dealt with on the educational level, like the board of education should decide on that kind of stuff.
Agree. can you also acknowledge that people are so crazy and insane that
I'll acknowledge that.
this is the level that they're taking it to? Like, I
Yeah,
want
again, with everything, there are extremes.
I want
on
trans
everything.
people to be accepted and for it to become
100%.
a normalized thing like everything else.
Exactly. Trans.
But I don't think
gay,
that I would get to
all
a
of
place
it
where I'd be like, hey, I
needs
got
to
a good
be-
idea, everybody. Listen up. We're going to get these third graders, okay? And we're going to start.
It's a weird. Who knows when the right
It's
time? It's a weird thing. I mean, trans,
Like you
gay,
guys
all
just
of it
said.
should be as normal as
Right.
everybody else.
And it's like, do we have to work on race? Yeah, we do. We do. We have to get to a place, and I think we can get to a place where, as you educate the youth and whatever, it comes up. But then that gets turned into, here are the 8 identities
Again,
of white people,
you have
and
people
supremacist is one of them. Like, what? How is that helping the cause?
In every story, in every news story, whatever we're talking about, there are going to be people who take things to extremes and do the wrong thing. There are those people.
Yeah.
And this is one of them. You know, it's not like this is being passed around in every single school in the country.
No, but you know what? Every city pretty much that has their own way of teaching, but even if it was just in one school, it's just not right.
Well, that's why it was
Either
brought
way
up and singled out.
Yeah. I mean, cancel culture.
Different. It'd be different if it was brought up and nobody cared.
It's just weird.
It's weird, and I feel like I want to. And to be fair, my crazy's all the way on the left. There's crazies all the way on the right too. I wish we could rein them both in a little bit. You know.
Well, those are the ones that scream the loudest, and those are the ones that aren't being heard right now. So that's why all this stuff is inflammatory, because you got 20,000 on this side and 20,000 on that side, all screaming at each other.
Yeah, but
those of us in the middle are like.
But these are also. But I also don't think that the most extreme people are the ones screaming for a hotel chain, you know, to cancel your reservations for the hotel chain because they hosted a conservative thing. Again, that's the way to behave when they host when the KKK is at the place. Go ahead.
Extreme.
Go ahead and blow them out. They shouldn't be. That's not the kind of business you want to. But we're talking about conservative people. It's half the country, for Christ's sake.
Oh my God.
Half the country is conservative.
They should be able to have their, whatever the hell they do there.
Pacification of America.
They should be able to do that. But I think a lot of it was probably, devil's advocate, probably protesting. Trump was there, protesting Cruz.
You're right.
Protesting the other guys.
So protest those guys. Don't.
That's the thing.
That's the Frank. You just made my point. Protest those guys. Put that anger where it needs to be. Don't take it out on the hotel chain that's running a business.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know.
Hey, did you see that thing about the stage, the way the stage looked?
No.
So the CPAC stage was constructed in such a way that it looks like, and it really does,
the swastika?
Looks like an old Nazi symbol. Not the swastika.
Oh, gosh.
Not the swastika. It's not.
Wait, they had more than one symbol, those Nazis?
Yeah, CPAC stage.
Led by people.
So the stage design, I'll show you the stage.
You know what?
First.
It's like, I'm going to compare it to, so my grandfather's name was Adolf.
Oh my
God.
God.
Lie.
Okay, first of all, you have to clear these things with me before you just say them out loud like that on the show.
So there's the stage. Right?
By the way, hold on, Frank. I didn't know anything about what Janine just said. Okay, I wasn't aware of any of this.
What did you just say? Something about Adolf?
Well, I was trying to say, like, it's like lumping everybody together in one group. My grandfather's name was Adolf. Now, people in the comments are gonna put me right into. I mean, you know what?
Now I'm regretting everything I just said, because when they edit this together, when the cancel culture people edit this all together, it's just not going to be. It's not going to be.
Your grandfather's name is fine. I mean, yeah, Adolf was associated with Hitler.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Your grandfather was not Adolf Hitler.
I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to answer honestly.
What are you talking about?
Was your grandfather married to Ava Braun? Don't lie to me.
Is your grandfather currently living in Argentina?
No, but that's where they went to after something.
Oh,
Why I
God.
said it.
That's why my father was born there.
In your parents' home, is there a room with china and silverware that guests aren't allowed to go in and see?
How'd you know?
Okay.
Yikes. So anyway, so the CPAC stage.
See what I mean? See what I mean?
This
Cancel
is
Janine.
the CPAC stage.
Looks
That
like
looks
a
like
square.
a stripper stage. That
Okay,
doesn't
so you
look
see
like a
that,
swastika.
like the diamond shape, and then the two things on each side
Yeah.
at the top.
Yeah.
So there is a Nazi symbol that looks exactly like the stage.
Oh
And
my
everybody's
God.
pointed it out. I'm not saying it's
Reaching.
related. I'm just saying it's the exact same symbol.
Reaching.
There's
I
a
didn't say reaching. It's the exact same symbol.
No.
do you guys watch Succession?
That one.
No.
And
That's
one.
on my list.
Just
So
saying,
good.
it's the exact symbol.
Is it a good show?
Oh, I'm obsessed with Succession. I can't say it now.
No, haven't seen it.
So it's about this company, this family that owns this company. It's kind of like the Murdochs. So they own like this Fox News type thing. And in one of the episodes, one of the reporters or anchor people is being accused of being a white supremacist. And so there's all these like little examples. And so like there's all these rumors going around, and one of them is that the dog's name was the same name as Hitler's dog's name, which I think is Blondie or something.
Oh.
So they send the schmucky guy in from the family to go ask, like, just make sure that this is all crazy, ridiculous, that these are just rumors. So he's in there and he's like, this is silly, but, you know, human resources, I have to ask you these questions. And so he's going through all the questions. He goes, and you named your dog after Hitler's dog. That's, you know, he's like, yeah, that, you know, that's just, you know, he's like, well, they have the same name, but different spelling. And he's like, the guy's like, oh shit. He's like, oh. So
It all started to lock in.
So he's all started like, yeah.
Oops.
And it reminded me of that thing where you're kind of like, that's so ridiculous. But then when you put like 2 or 3 other things next to it, you're like, oh shit, this guy's
Maybe.
Maybe.
Just
Quite
saying,
possibly.
you want to throw some conspirity theories out there, we'll throw them out there.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a Nazi symbol on the CPAC stage. That's all I'm saying.
Janine, before we get to Cuomo Sausage, you have to wrap up Grandpa Adolf. I didn't know that your grandfather's name was Adolf.
You really didn't know that?
No, why would I know that? I barely
my
knew what your...
His initials were AH too, but...
Oh my God, that's right, because your last
weird.
name.
No, he... German. Met my grandmother, who was Ukrainian.
Mm-hmm.
They got together. They went to Argentina. They had
Did they really
2
go
boys.
to Argentina?
Yeah.
That was a guess. That was a total educated guess on my part. I didn't know I was right.
They stayed there for 12 years, and then they came to the US of A.
You know when you can see yourself reading off a press release in a couple of days. That's what I'm getting right now.
It's gonna be this frozen image of the three of us, just like, and it's gonna be like Nazi descendant. No, I'm not calling your grandparent a Nazi. It was a joke. But
that's a crazy ass coincidence, though.
Adolf, and he moved to Argentina.
Yeah.
And he lived in Germany.
Actually, no. You know what? I think he lived in Belarus.
There you go.
All right.
Way to
That's
pivot.
another part of Russia.
Way to pivot at the last minute there, Janine.
You're right.
Appreciate
Oh
that.
no, definitely not.
All right,
Actually,
let's
his
talk.
name was.
Let's
So
talk
what you're
about,
saying is, who would win at a game of Risk out of the three of us?
Yeah, right.
Let's talk about Cuomo Sausage.
Oh my face!
Oh,
I cannot
boy.
wait for this.
I haven't seen the video, but I know video exists.
I saw it. I watched it like 5 times.
All right, now be honest, Janine. So here's a video. This is a video that the Post wrote a huge story today. Cuomo accused of pressuring female reporter to, quote, eat the whole sausage, end quote, in creepy video.
Again, before we see this video, could it have been, again, devil's advocate, that she didn't finish her food? and I want you to see you finish
I mean, she had
food.
food, but obviously,
I
He was talking about a
understand.
dick.
I understand the implication. I'm just saying, devil's advocate. Could it have been, hey, I want to see you, like if it were a hamburger, hey, I want to see you finish that whole hamburger. Just because it
No.
happened to be a sausage, no, this is going to be creepy. Okay, great.
I mean, I don't think
Wonderful.
it's creepy. I think it's hysterical. I don't think it's creepy
Right.
at all.
I gotta say, I watched it. I didn't find it to be creepy at all. I just found it to be.
I think it's a joke. And you know what? If someone, okay, I'll say this. Every time that I ate a banana at work, I ate the whole thing in one shot.
What? There's another meeting. There's another 3-hour HR meeting. Janine,
No,
we're gonna have to ask you not to bring in any more bananas.
Where was your, as you were holding the banana, where was your other hand? Were you, because I've seen Janine do this move before.
All right, this is where I sign off. I'll see you.
I'm not even, I'm really not lying. I'm really not like making a joke out of this.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what kind of banter him and her had.
Well, according to her, it wasn't.
Right, but according to her, I mean,
Well, it's two sides, but
that's the whole thing.
Who else is? You know, you got to have witnesses that were there too come forward and be like, "Well, they talk like this all the time."
All right, well, we have the video.
Nobody cared.
We have the video. Ready?
All right, let's see. Nope.
I will eat the whole sandwich. Absolutely. Oh yeah. Definitely. I can eat the whole sandwich.
Like, it wasn't like this 15, 20 years ago. It was when Rick Muzzin did
Oh, look at that.
So he just motioned over to an assistant to go get this girl a sausage. But he said, "Will you eat the whole sausage?" The conversation had already started. Now, here's a clip of her.
That doesn't sound.
I think how this happened, how this started, was she was filming him eating.
This looks like an episode of like Real House. This is quality video. You very rarely get this kind of quality video and this kind of footage here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
It's like a reality show.
She just got it. See, she's still holding up her phone.
I don't know if I should eat the whole sausage in front of you, but I'm definitely going to eat it.
She said that.
You know everyone, you're the county executive?
I do. Now you're going to know me in a whole room of when I eat it.
Our daughter, Michaela.
Hello.
His daughter's right there too.
His daughter's right there.
What did he say?
As
I
soon
mean,
yeah.
right. I mean, I honestly think it's playful banter.
That didn't even sound sexual. None of that sounded sexual.
Well, she kind of said, "I can't eat a whole sausage."
She
in front
said.
of you. I know,
didn't say
but that's the
anything
whole
bad.
thing. That's the whole thing.
This
That's what
is
I
out of
mean. Now
proportion.
she's
This is blown out of proportion.
turning it into something.
This seems like it was blown out of proportion, and it seems like she kind of threw a what's it called in there, like a little gas on the fire with that. I don't know if I should eat it in front of you. She didn't have to say that.
If someone told me, "I want for you to eat the whole sausage at work," I would 150% not get offended. I would think it's funny.
Right, but it's also how they say it. He didn't say it in a weird way. He just said,
Right.
"I want you to eat the whole sandwich or the whole sausage. I want you to eat the whole sausage."
No.
It didn't sound, he wasn't like, "I want you to eat the whole sausage. I want you to eat it right in front of me." There was
Well,
nothing.
maybe he did say
And
it
his
off thing
daughter
like
was
that. But
sitting
even
right
if he
next
did,
to him.
even if he did say it like that, like that's a joke.
Yeah, that's a joke that you could make, Janine. A politician can't make that joke today.
Maybe not, but she
But right,
joked first, it seemed.
it seems to me that they've
Maybe
had
I'm wrong.
this kind of banter, and that's
Maybe I
why
didn't-
she could say that
yeah.
in front of him.
Maybe I didn't hear it right or something, but it sounded like he just said, "Yeah, we want to get you a sandwich. You'll eat the whole sausage. I want you to eat the whole thing." Maybe because it's a big sandwich. But it didn't seem sexual. It didn't sound sexual.
It didn't. No. Here's
Right.
here's my take on this. This, by the way, the optics of this are bad. That's the worst part
in
about
the
it.
current, in his current situation, this looks bad.
Yeah,
But
and
an isolated thing, this just doesn't seem sexual at all.
And
I'm the first
also-
to be like, believe the victim. I get it,
yeah,
but this seems kind of innocent.
I don't want people to think I'm defending him because I know he's well on his way to being canceled. He's so canceled.
Absolutely.
It's not even. Yeah.
If he did anything wrong with a woman or anybody, totally, he gets.
It doesn't
what he
even
deserves.
matter if he did it or not. He's canceled. His fate has
Either
been
way.
sealed. It's over.
Either way, but just looking at this one incident, it just didn't seem sexual to me. Just seeing it like that.
No.
It didn't. And I think it really comes from the fact that she was filming him while he was eating, and he was like, "Are you going to film me eating
Right.
this whole sausage?" And he's like, "You should have to eat the whole sausage," that kind of thing. I don't think it was sexual at all. But
Didn't seem like it.
and his daughters and everything else. But I will say, he invites her to sit down. She sits down and starts eating, and then she stays there. Like I don't have a problem saying it, him saying it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But the fact that he invites her to sit down right next to him, sit down next to Papa Cuomo over here,
He didn't
and
say sit down next to Papa Cuomo.
well,
I mean, he basically did. No.
look at this guy's face. I just happened to pause on this frame. You're telling me that guy doesn't call himself Papa Cuomo? Come on, Frank.
He might,
You know that.
but in front of his daughter and while he's being filmed, who knows?
But it's weird though because she proceeds to stay there.
That's what I mean. That's why I think
It didn't seem.
it's playful.
Maybe,
It's playful.
maybe she made it out of nervousness. She made that joke. Maybe she was, not. He's barely even looking at her.
Yeah. No, it's very
He's like-
fun. It's very fun and playful. But if that's me, if I'm him, I'd be like, you don't have to sit here. You can get up and go back to doing what you were.
Was there an empty seat?
There was an empty seat.
Maybe that's why.
Sit down and eat. Italians like to offer people food all the time.
Especially their sausage.
I think it's
especially
weird
their
that he invite. I think the weirder part is that he invites her to sit down.
Oh, you think so?
Maybe,
Fam?
but
Yeah.
there's no. If that's where the empty seat is, who the hell?
If somebody's
I don't know.
filming you eating and you go, "What? How would you like it if I filmed or if I invited everybody to watch you eat this whole
Oh,
a
that's
whole
awkward.
sausage?" And then you do the whole bit and you go get her a sausage and it's like take a bite, ha ha ha, funny. All right, thanks so much. All right, you got it now. Okay, great. Go ahead on your merry little way. Not come sit down next to me while you eat. While I
maybe,
watch
I
you.
don't know. I could be totally wrong.
I mean, I don't know. I don't like him, and I don't think this is bad. But also, this is coming from someone who had a
pretty thick skin.
I guess. Thank you. And also a deep throat pickle contest with the gay guy at work.
At work.
At work.
Is that
Hang
another
on.
And it was
3-hour
quite
meeting?
hysterical.
Explain
Quite
this to
hysterical.
me. Governor Cuomo had a deep pickle. You lost me. What happened?
I'm saying I don't think he did anything wrong.
Right.
I think it's playful, but also this is coming from
Oh, you had the deep
Someone-
throat pickle.
yeah. And
Right.
it was hysterical. I have videos of it. I took a video too. But
That video exists.
I don't know. I
God.
just don't think that it was as bad as
The headline made it seem
right.
on the day that it came out. Like this is, by the way, it's a 4-year-old video.
It
Exactly.
didn't seem. It doesn't matter when it happened. It just didn't seem like a sexual thing to me. Maybe I'm wrong.
Didn't
maybe
seem
I wasn't-
rapey.
Right. It didn't. Maybe
No.
I'm wrong. Maybe there was other
wasn't.
incidents that led to this. I don't know the whole situation, but this isolated clip, in my opinion, again, I could be wrong. I could have missed something. I could have misheard. It just didn't seem all too bad.
Yeah. And I used to always make jokes, and other people used to make jokes when I used to eat a banana at work. So
Again, yeah, but it's different when you're the boss. You can't really do that kind of stuff with the people underneath.
yeah,
you.
my boss used to do it to me. Because I
Okay.
used to sit right outside his office with a window, and I would turn my head and eat the banana because I didn't want him to see me, because there would be definite comments. So
Did you work in like the 40s? Where the hell did you work? When did you work? Good Lord.
Don Draper was her boss, actually.
Right?
That's the part she's
God,
not
I
telling me.
wish. Frank got so excited.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. You're obsessed with John Hamm.
Oh my God. Just
like-
please. I mean,
Is
come
that
on.
every woman?
10 years ago, I got a text message from Janine, And I'm like, what is this? She's like, look at John Hamm. It was a picture of John Hamm's
Gray sweatpants.
wearing sweatpants, and you being able to see the outline of his
Third leg.
Banana of his sausage.
of his Cuomo sausage.
John's ham.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's actually what I called it.
I'm sure that's what he calls it.
Yeah. All right. But it's funny because you read the New York Post and they act like he was like
It's
like
true.
salivating at the mouth and like the wolf with
It's that
the bug
sausage.
eyes
It's that
coming out.
sausage.
but it doesn't even matter because he is done. It
It doesn't look good.
Yeah.
over.
Well, I think that's why.
he's over. It doesn't
Again,
even
I'm not
matter.
defending what he's done or what he's been doing, but this video just doesn't seem sexual to me.
And this goes
Again,
back. This goes
could be
back to
wrong.
my point of cancel culture. Now, in this particular instance, it's not the left; it's the right doing this because it's the Post, and they're going after a guy on the left.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't even have to be accurate anymore. Just put the headline out. There's a video of him and the girl. 90% of people probably won't even do the due diligence to look at the video like we did. They'll just read the headline and go, "Oh, see that piece of shit? I knew it. He probably eats kids too," and they'll just move on with their day.
And it's funny. Like
What is that? by
me
the
and my
way?
friend were talking about this. The one who in the sword swallowing contest that I had, and he asked me a weird question. He said, "Would you do Cuomo?"
Oh, okay. Is that a weird question? I feel like people ask you that all the time.
It's weird because I don't like him.
Okay.
But my answer would probably surprise you.
I don't think it would.
Do tell.
I would
Doesn't surprise me.
because
I'm surprised. I didn't think she would.
because I don't like him at all.
But
There
It's like
But-
a hate bang.
you go.
It's a hate bang.
yeah, I'm sure it would torture him miserably.
But there has to be some level of attraction. You got to acknowledge he's a good looking guy to do the hate bang.
Oh, I would say he is, but above all things, I have to know if he has those nipple rings.
That's the only reason. That's the reason that would happen.
That's
yeah.
the real reason. But right.
That's a good reason to do it. If for
And
no
he-
other reason.
So he's like, he said you would, and I was like, yeah, but only for a hate bang. Only because I don't like him.
Just because you got to know about
Sorry.
those damn nipples. That's
And
really
that
what
too.
it comes down. Let me tell you
Such
something.
a weird thing.
That is, people will say, why do you have that blonde on your show? And that's the reason why. Because Janine has a dedication to her craft. And you might be thinking her craft is finding out if governors have nipple rings. No, but she is dedicated. She gets her mindset on something and she will see it all the way through. And you got to respect that.
Tunnel vision.
Is he in your top 10?
Okay. No. That's why I said I don't like him, but I would
I
just
don't
do
understand
that.
hate bang.
Because
I mean, I wouldn't hate bang.
You know
anyone.
why? Because you're too nice. You would never hate bang someone because you don't hate anyone.
Hate's a strong word.
Imagine.
I mean-
I
okay.
don't like Zoe Deschanel. I'd probably hate bang her.
There you go. I was going to say,
There you
imagine
go.
a 10. What's your dream girl? And she's sitting there and she's chewing like that.
Oh,
No.
God.
See, that's a fork to the forehead.
But you would hate bang her. You'd hate if she was like, if you want to stop me, come
that's
over
a
here and give me
turn
that
off.
Cuomo sausage. You'd give her the Cuomo sausage.
That's difficult. It's a turnoff.
Huh?
That takes you from a 10 down to like a 7.
All right. Speaking of 10s and 7s, let's find out who won the Golden Globes out of the three of us. Don't forget this episode brought to you by our good pals over at Hero Soap Company, proud sponsors. Buy a bar soap, they send a bar over to the troops. They are the best. 20%
Talking
off
about
your subscription. Promo code Anthony. Frankie C. May I have the
Yes,
envelope,
sir.
please?
And the winners.
Can you start with who lost
No,
the
we-
most? Was there a winner?
So there were 8 categories that we did.
Okay. Was there
Now,
a
I'm gonna
tie?
give you the
Don't say who
total.
won yet. Don't say who won yet. But was there a winner? Was there a loser? Was there a tie?
There was a clear loser
That's me, probably.
and a tie.
And a tie for winner? Shit.
So, okay, so the scores I'll go from
hold on.
Janine to me to you.
No. Hold on.
So you won't know who tied or won or lost till the end.
Okay, because I was going to ask Janine, because you already know. Who do you want to know, Janine? Do you want to know who the loser is or who the...
Could be either
I
one
want
of
to
us.
know who the.
There was
Yeah, I
one
wanna
loser and two
I see.
winners.
If you name the first two scores, we're only going to know by the third score, is what you're saying.
But it does no, because I just said there's one loser and two winners. So once you get the higher score, you'll know
Right.
that the other person got the higher
You
score.
screwed
too.
this up.
Yep.
Oh God.
Nobody's going to ask you to host
All right,
Jeopardy anytime
so-
soon.
All right, I'll tell you what I got. And then who got what after that. We don't
Okay,
know.
go ahead.
Ooh.
What did you get?
I got a 2 out of 8.
What?
I got 2 out of 8 correct.
But your wife is obsessed with the Golden Globes,
She's obsessed with the Oscars.
Oscars.
Oh, no, a 2 out of 8, which means that
One
If
of
you
you,
if you're
got
not one
less
of the
than that.
winners...
One of you got.
Wait a minute.
Got, what?
You won.
No. No. I could be either the loser with 2, and both of you got higher than me,
Right.
or I'm a winner, and
One of
you
us
got
matched you,
less
and
than
the
that.
other one only got 1 right or none right.
Right.
Did the
So
loser?
I could be the loser,
All right.
or
What
I
did?
could be one of the 2 winners.
What did? Who do you want to know, Janine? Your score or my score?
I want to know my score.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Janine. 1
1.
out of 8.
You know what's
Anthony,
funny?
a 2 out of 8. So
Wow.
we tied.
Wow.
You lost.
I looked at the categories after that night, and I was like, "Why
A
did
lot
I
of weird categories.
pick? Why did I pick those people? Because they're not going to win." And of course, who I thought would win but didn't say it that night, won.
That's who won.
The only one you got right was best TV series. You got Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
What
I
were
did
the?
that.
Did we get the exact same 2 right, or did we get different ones right?
Different ones. You got also. You picked Schitt's Creek.
Nice.
That's one is that you got right. I got. The next one was actress, TV series, and a limited thing. I said Anya. I don't remember her last name.
Wait, I said Queen's Gambit
Not wait. And what?
in like the short series.
Oh Jesus! Mike Lindell's calling.
No.
He's got a problem with
There's
this.
different categories.
Recount.
No, best TV series, not limited series. We
Oh, I
best
know,
TV
but I-
show
Okay.
with like many
didn't pick that
seasons.
one?
We did. We didn't do limited TV series. No.
Well, then I would have tied.
I got the actress Anya. I don't remember the last name. Her TV
From where?
series. Let me see. Oh, wait a minute. Did I get this right?
Oh Jesus!
Hold on. I think I may have misscored here. Hold on.
Oh my God!
1. Oh no, I got it right.
God.
Never mind.
I fucking
Okay,
Anthony
I'm sorry.
won.
So here's. I'm sorry. Let me just say it over again. The scores are the same. Scores are right. But Anthony, you got Schitt's Creek right, and I got Schitt's Creek right. You said whatever FA stands for in TV series.
I don't remember.
I don't know. Whatever the hell that was.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. You lost. Then actress Janine, you got it right. Anya something or other. We both said Shira Haas. Anya, the one from Queen's Gambit, she won.
So I got 2 right?
No, I got Schitt's
Oh.
Creek. Anthony got Schitt's Creek. You
Okay.
got Anya. That's the only one you got right.
I didn't pick Schitt's Creek.
You did not. You picked whatever the FA means. Flight attendant.
Oh.
You picked flight
What
attendant.
was I drinking that night?
Holy crap! We are terrible. 2
I
for 8.
definitely, that's what I mean. I would have picked Schitt's Creek.
And then the only other thing, then we got a bunch wrong. And the only other thing Anthony and I got right, we got the same one right again. Best movie, comedy, or musical.
Borat.
Yeah.
Didn't I
You
pick that one
said
too?
Hamilton.
Oh.
Unless I screwed
It
this
feels
up.
like you screwed this up massively.
I feel
No,
like I said Borat.
Yeah, because
No, I
I
think
thought I
it's
said
right.
Hamilton.
You didn't. You said Borat. I said Borat. I wrote them all down.
Go to the
As we
tapes,
did it.
Johnny.
We can go to the videotape, but I wrote them down as we went. We were going pretty fast. I was writing pretty fast, but I think I got this right.
All right. Well, see, Frank, you could have made the bet then, and you would have been safe from having to wear the Trump hat.
I am proud of where I stood on that one.
Oh God.
What were we gonna make Janine do?
We were gonna make
Smell
her
vomit.
smell vomit.
Ugh.
Again, that's a tough one to come by.
Yeah, can't do that now, but we could.
We could buy a vomit spray.
We could
Sure,
do
that
a
exists.
no. I was gonna say we could do a legitimate pick 'em for the Oscars.
Yeah, that's true.
We could.
When is that coming?
No idea.
March.
April-ish. I think I don't think the nominees are out yet.
They used to all be right around this time, but this was award
Yeah,
season,
that's
but
what I
everything
thought.
got moved because of COVID.
I don't know when the hell? the
God, I
Oscars
hope
are.
that one's in person because, like, really, home is a drag.
Did you watch the Golden Globes?
Yeah,
I tried to watch a little bit.
So the Oscars are Sunday, April 25th.
Okay.
Okay, we could do that.
Oh wow, that's late.
I watched the beginning. It stunk, and I'm not one of these people who says that about
it's
award
bad.
shows.
It's hard.
It
watch
was
any of
bad.
it.
I thought Tina Fey and her, they were okay. The one bit where she did the reach into the other box thing was kind of fun for a minute.
Yeah.
But outside of that, and by the way, how many jokes and references to the lack of diversity amongst the Hollywood foreign
know.
press? This is what pisses me off. Like,
Awkward.
enough. We
Cancel
get it.
them.
By the way, say it once. And then also, I feel like it was last year when they acknowledged that there wasn't enough. And then they had to come out with a statement that's like, believe me, we're working on it. We're going to get there one day. What? You had a year. You couldn't hire more in a year? You couldn't diversify yourself in a year? A year of COVID. There was nothing going on. You couldn't hop on a couple of Zoom calls and hire some people. It's such bullshit. It was really, the whole thing was such like a, ugh.
Agreed.
They were like, really, seriously, we promise that we'll be. But first of all, nobody gives a shit, okay? For the most part, we don't care who's in your thing, like acting like, stay with us. We shut up. Like, we get, you know. And then it's also like, again, you had all this time to hire whomever you wanted. And you couldn't
I
get
don't
it.
even know how many people are involved in the Hollywood foreign press.
Nobody knows. Nobody honestly knows.
Who are these people?
Yeah. We don't know who these people are, Frank, but they're white. That's the one thing that we do know.
The one thing we know.
But what level of white are you talking about?
Let me just give some
Have them
advice.
take the quiz.
That's funny. Let me give some advice to the Hollywood foreign press people. When you're interviewing somebody to be a part of your organization, ask if their grandfather's name was Adolf. Because you don't want that accidentally coming out.
What makes them the Hollywood foreign press? Is it
I don't know.
should it be the Hollywood press?
No, it's like every
Hollywood / foreign.
No, it's every foreign news outlet organization.
It's the world's
that
press.
covers
Got it.
Hollywood and the U.S. film industry.
So that's not diverse with all the different countries.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I don't know who makes it up.
I don't know.
No idea.
I don't know how it works. You know, I don't know if they're going to fire the Italian guy.
You know they are.
I don't know. Is the Russian guy got to go? He can't represent Russia anymore. I'm not sure how it all works, Frank.
I don't know who these people are, how they become the Hollywood foreign press, how they get to be the ones that decide who wins what.
All I know is
It's like so dumb, right? Like, who are you?
all I know is that by joke 4, I was like, this wasn't funny at joke 2, so give it up already.
You know what pissed me off about, I think it was last year, Tina Fey and Amy Poehler's thing. They hosted, I think they did the same, it was the Golden Globes or something. And they instantly made me feel older because of that Billie Eilish moment where they came, no, it wasn't Amy Poehler. It was, what's her name? Tina Fey and I forget her name, the one from
Maya Rudolph?
Maya Rudolph.
Yeah.
They came out and did some shtick, and they cut to a shot of Billie Eilish in the audience, and she was like, "What is this?" Like she didn't understand it because she's a kid. And then it just instantly made me feel like, because I was laughing at it, and I was like, "This is funny."
That made you feel old?
Yeah, because then they
like,
cut
no.
to a teenager, and she's like, "This is lame."
That feels like
I was like, yeah,
misdirected.
shit.
That feels like misdirected anger. You should be mad at your face for that, not.
I'm constantly mad at my face, so stop. Like my face has taken enough abuse. Give me a break.
All right, we'll leave it there on Frank's face.
Don't leave it on
That's
my
what
face.
she said.
Damn it.
That's what he said.
That's what we all said, inclusive. AnthonyOnAir.com has all the links and information. By the way, Frank likes it when we all leave it on his face. Just saying.
He does.
You disagree?
I can't argue with that. Leave it on my face.
Anthony
Party
on
animal, baby.
AnthonyOnAir.com for all the links and info on how to follow the show, get in touch with it, and